Jai Gurudev, in Sherlock, we see that some battles are won with silence. Silence can often be the wisest response in art living practices. Silence plays a key role in meditation and inner peace. How do you see silence as a tool in daily life, and how can we practice it in today's noisy world? Yagodevya, silence is indeed a profound tool for both personal growth and spiritual evolution. In Art of Living, silence isn't merely the absence of noise, but the presence of stillness within. Through practices like Sudarshan Kriya, which involves rhythmic breathing, we begin to quiet the mind and hear our inner voice more clearly. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji often emphasizes that silence isn't about retreating from the world, it's about going inward, finding peace, and becoming more mindful. The ability to remain silent when necessary, whether in moments of conflict or contemplation, can help us access deeper wisdom and avoid unnecessary reactions. Being right isn't always the goal in Sherlock. Sherlock is often right, but his lack of empathy is a flaw. How can the art of living teachings help us balance the pursuit of truth with the compassion and empathy for others? The art of living teaches that truth is essential, but it is not enough if we fail to connect with others with love and empathy. So, Darshan Kriya helps cleanse the body and mind of stress, making us more attuned to our emotions. It cultivates compassion, and the more we meditate, the more we realize that our truth is always linked to the collective good. Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji often says that knowledge without compassion is incomplete. It is through practices like satsang, mantra chanting, and Gayatri Japa that we learn to communicate not just with words but with our hearts, and through this our connections becomes deeper and more compassionate. Sherlock's character shows the importance of forgiveness and growth. Forgiveness isn't just a sign of weakness but a path to healing. How can art of living practices assist in healing past wounds and embracing forgiveness? Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for emotional and mental freedom, and it is central to our practices through Sudarshan Kriya. We release suppressed emotions, helping us move forward and heal from past hurts. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the behavior, but rather freeing ourselves from the pain. Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji teaches that holding on to anger or resentment is like holding on to a burning coal. It only harms us. When we practice Sandhya Vandanam or engage in deep meditation, we cultivate inner peace, which naturally allows forgiveness to arise in our hearts. By reflecting on the impermanence of life, we learn to forgive and release. In a world of Sherlock, secrets are always revealed in the end. The art of living also emphasizes the importance of transparency and inner clarity. How does the practice of meditation and Trikalsandhya prayers for the past, present, and future help in revealing our true selves and living authentically? The wisdom of Trikal Sandhya is deeply transformative. The prayers for the past, present, and future connect us to the eternal truth that transcends time. Through Trikal Sandhya and other practices like Agni Karyam, we align ourselves with the natural rhythms of life. These practices give us clarity and help us shed the layers of pretense and ego, which often keep us from being authentic. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Ji often mentions that when we are true to ourselves, we naturally become transparent both to ourselves and others. Meditation, especially the breath based techniques, helps bring us in touch with our core where there are no secrets, only pure, unclouded consciousness. Sherlock often confronts his fears, whether psychological or emotional. How does the art of living guide individuals to face their own fears and overcome the challenges that hold them back? Fear is a natural response, but it should never govern our actions. In the art of living, we learn to confront fear through practices like Padmasana and Shakti Kriya. These practices strengthen our will and remove the mental blockages, allowing us to face challenges with courage and grace. Sudarshan Kriya is particularly effective in dissolving fear because it calms the nervous system and balances emotions. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji teaches us that fear is only a perception. When we break the mental patterns that fuel it, we can overcome anything. Meditation and deep breathing provide us with the tools to stay grounded, present, and fearless in the face of life's challenges. In the Sherlock's world, emotional regulation is a key to problem solving. As he stays calm under pressure, how can we apply the art of living techniques to manage stress and maintain composure during high pressure situations? Emotional regulation is central to the practices of art of living. Techniques like pranayama, breathing exercises, and Sudarshan Kriya help balance the autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for our reactions to stress. These tools enable us to maintain composure regardless of external circumstances. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji teaches us that peace comes from within, and it is through regular practice of meditation and deep breathing that we build resilience. The teachings also emphasize the importance of living in the present moment. By practicing mindfulness in every action, we reduce stress and stay calm, much like Sherlock, but with more heart and empathy. Sherlock teaches us that every small detail matters. How does the art of living approach the importance of attention to detail in both our spiritual practices and daily actions? The art of living emphasizes the importance of mindfulness and being present in every action, no matter how small. Every step, every breath, every gesture has significance. Practices like mantra chanting, Gayatri Japa, and even satsang encourage us to pay attention to the little things. By maintaining focus and presence, we become more attuned to the details that others might overlook. When we are fully present in our spiritual practices, we are also more present in life, noticing the subtle signs, emotions, and energy that surround us. This attentiveness leads to deeper wisdom and greater understanding both of ourselves and of the world. In the world of Sherlock, Sherlock often manipulates others to solve problems. What is the role of ethics and morality in the art of living, and how do they help us make better decisions without manipulation? Ethics and morality are the foundations of the art of living. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji emphasizes that true wisdom or never manipulates, it works for the benefit of all. Practices like satsang and upanayana, the sacred thread ceremony, teach us to live in alignment with our highest values and moral compass. When we meditate and cultivate awareness, we realize that manipulation stems from insecurity and fear. Through Shakti Kriya and other practices, we build a sense of integrity that guides us to make decisions that serve the collective good rather than just our individual desires. Authenticity and transparency are what guide our decisions without the need for manipulation. Sherlock often says that the mind is his greatest asset. How can the art of living practices help us sharpen our intellect while maintaining emotional and spiritual well being? The mind is indeed a powerful tool, but it needs to be nourished and balanced. Sudarshan Kriya and other breathing techniques help clear mental fog, enhance concentration, and increase mental clarity. Through practices like sadhana and satsang, we sharpen our intellect while also cultivating emotional and spiritual balance. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji often says that knowledge and wisdom are interconnected. When the mind is clear, it can process information effectively and arrive at solutions quickly, just like Sherlock. But true wisdom also comes from the heart. Through these practices, we can integrate intellect with compassion and wisdom with clarity. Finally, in Sherlock, we see resilience as a central theme. How does the art of living foster resilience, and how can these teachings help us bounce back from a stronger life's challenges? Resilience comes from inner strength, which is built through regular practice. Sudarshan Kriya and Shakti Kriya help us build this strength by clearing the mind of stress and negativity. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji teaches us that life's challenges are opportunities for growth. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty, it's about learning to face it with grace and equanimity. Through practices like Agni Kadam, Upanayana, and mantra chanting, we connect to a deeper sense of purpose and strength, enabling us to rise above any situation with poise and confidence. Thank you so much for sharing these profound insights with us today. The wisdom of art of living combined with the lessons from Sherlock truly provides a holistic approach to living a balanced and meaningful life. Thank you for having me. May we all find peace, clarity, and resilience through the teachings of Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji and the profound lessons of the art of living. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. Sherlock often operates alone, finding solace in his singularity. But there are also instances where collaboration leads to solving cases. How do the art of living teachings help individuals find balance between independence and the need for community and collaboration? The teachings of art of living emphasize the importance of both individual growth and collective well-being. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji often talks about how personal development is necessary for a strong, resilient individual. But it doesn't end there. As we grow, we naturally want to uplift others as well. Practices like satsang or seva or selfless service and karma yoga teach us to find fulfillment not only in our own journey but also in our connection with the community. Meditation helps us tap into our inner strength so we can collaborate effectively without losing our individuality, just like Sherlock, who sometimes needs the help of his friends. We too, while independent, benefit greatly from mutual support, cooperation, and shared wisdom. True wisdom is in knowing when to act alone and when to engage with others for a spiritual cause. Sherlock often challenges traditional norms and questions authority. In The Art of Living, we also see an emphasis on questioning the mind's habits and societal structures to uncover deeper truths. So, how can this process of questioning lead to spiritual growth? Questioning is a key part of the path to enlightenment. In fact, The Art of Living encourages us to question our thoughts, beliefs, and preconceived notions. Self inquiry, known as Atma Vichara, is an important part of the journey. However, there is a subtle difference between blindly challenging for the sake of rebellion and questioning in a way that leads to deeper understanding. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji teaches us that to challenge without wisdom can create confusion and suffering, but when we question with a genuine intention to know the truth, it leads us to clarity and self realization. Just as Sherlock questions everything around him to uncover the truth, our questioning, when done mindfully, uncovers the deeper layers of our consciousness and leads us to higher awareness. This process ultimately frees us from the limited confines of the mind and reveals the vastness of our true nature. Sherlock's intellectual prowess is often rooted in this detachment from emotional involvement, which can lead to difficulties in his personal relationships. How can art of living practices help us detach in a healthy way while still fostering deep connection with others? Detachment, as taught in The Art of Living, is not about withdrawing from the world or distancing ourselves from our loved ones. It's about understanding that everything is temporary and that our true nature is beyond emotions and material attachments. Through meditation, particularly techniques like Sudarshan Kriya and Pranayama, we cultivate emotional balance, which helps us navigate our relationships without being overly attached or reactive. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji often speaks about the importance of being engaged in the world with a sense of inner freedom. A healthy detachment means being present and loving without being overly entangled in the outcome. This way, we can enjoy our relationships and experiences while remaining centered in our inner peace. It's about having the strength to act with love and compassion, but not allowing emotions to control or overwhelm us. In Sherlock, the constant pursuit of truth often leads to isolation. How does the art of living guide individuals to maintain balance between the pursuit of truth and the nurturing of personal connections, preventing isolation? The pursuit of truth is essential, but it must be balanced with love, kindness, and connection to others. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji teaches that the pursuit of truth should not come at the cost of our relationships and emotional health. Through practices like Sudarshan Kriya and Bhakti Yoga or devotion, we learn to integrate the wisdom and compassion. Trust is and truth is not just about intellectual understanding; it is also about realizing the interconnectedness of all beings. When we pursue truth with an open heart, we begin to see the divinity in others, fostering deeper connections. The teachings of the art of living encourage us to maintain a harmonious balance, pursuing wisdom and truth while also caring for our relationships and nurturing a sense of community. As we grow spiritually, we realize that we are not separate from others, and this interconnectedness keeps us from isolating ourselves. Jai Gurudev.